Just a quick disclaimer, this video is going to be a more of a rant. If you have enough people cribbing in your life, please swipe off from this video. The second book of the 10 book series is Too Good to Be True by Prajakta Kohli, one of the most famous YouTuber and an actor these days. Anyway, my love life has been like zero, zilch. Literally, Sahara Desert calls me and asks, oh my god, girl, your love life seems so dry than me. Do you want to sign something? And I'm like, okay, I will pick this into my hands and read a romantic book. It's been ages since I read a romantic book, so I thought, okay, let me do it now. And I choose this book. I mean, like, why? Is this a sign from the universe? Just tell me no, I said. Chuck it. Let me come back to the book. This book is about two characters. One is Aman and Avani. Aman is someone who's smoking hot, who looks really handsome. He is a rich brat, a CEO of the company. He is very sweet. He is someone who has so much of love for Avani. He takes care of her so well. He gives her space. He gives her the attention she wants. He handles her crankiness. He's like just so perfect. He is someone whose parents have such a great relationship. He has great bond with them. He's like just too good to be true. He's just a green forest. Chuck green flag. He's a green forest. I think this character would have excited me if I'd read this character in teenage. But I don't think there's anything more about this character than this. There is no more characterization at all. At least I feel there's some characterization for Avani, but Aman is like just this. And how can I forget his aftershave? I mean, his aftershave smells so good. I mean, in the entire book, the aftershave is discussed so much. After some point, you feel like, please stop it, Prajakta. We understand you like his aftershave. That's how it is. And then there is Avani I feel Avani's characterization is still better than Aman's, because while we're reading Avani, because the initial context is given like Prajakta, so you start visualizing this character as Prajakta, so you end up feeling her characterization is better. But I feel here also it's a decent job she has done. Avani has parents, do not have a great relationship with her parents. She has a broken family. She grows up with her grandmother, and then now she has moved to a different city. She is pursuing law. There is no relationship why she is pursuing law. There is no addition of context, like how is any of this decision and why is she doing law. If she had done anything else also, the character would have never changed. So there is nothing in terms of context here. And then then she will be working part-time in a library, and she loves books. That's also written so many times in the book, and like it's like another aftershave context here. And then mostly it is like Aman is passing by the library. He falls in love with Avani, and Avani also falls in love with him. So there is a lot of context to it. There is a set of friends of Avani's who is there. I mean, there is no characterization of Avani and Aman, so don't expect any characterization for these friends. But one thing that she's done really well is there are these monologues these dialogues that she talks to herself. So that she has written very beautifully. There's this quickiness, there's wittiness in this dialogue. So I mean, I also do a lot of I do talk to myself a lot, so I can relate a lot about that part in this book. And so basically that is how these characters are, and then they both fall in love at some point in time. In the initial stages only, Aman ends up asking her, would you be my girlfriend? And she freaks out. She's like, Aman is too good to be true, and then there should be something wrong with him. I have to figure that out. And then she says no, because it's all rushing fast, and then she just asks him to leave. After that, they just cut those awkwardness and come back to friendship zone, and all this is running, and she flunks few subjects in her law. And I don't know why in the universe, because she flunks in her subjects in law, she thinks because she doesn't have clarity in her relationship, she's not able to concentrate on her studies. And because she fails, she goes and proposes Aman. I mean, what universe are you in? And this is what happens. And then there is no context what she does about she flunking in her law, but a term in her law studies. But then she is mostly like okay, I want to sort my relationship, and there's no context what happens post that. After that, when Aman asks her to fly to her parents, asks her if she wants to meet her parents because his parents' anniversary is going on, and he asks her if she would join in, and she says okay, and she goes there. And there Gagan is the only character who has some logic in this whole book. So he asks, so there's some friction between Gagan and Avni here, and post that what happens is Gagan actually questions Aman ki, do you even know any background about this girl, do you even know what is the story of her parents? And then there's suddenly a realization, and he thinks he was always giving space to her, but come on, you're so many days into this, it's been quite some time you're into the relationship, and there's the basic you understand, it's not only about someone is beautiful, that's not how it goes. And then he comes and fights with Avani, and there is the bang breakup. And Avani goes back to her grandma's and takes some, her grandma says take some X amount of days and detox yourself, socially detox yourself, and that should be fine, you'd get better. And she gets better. After that, there'll be a graduation day, and in the graduation day, tada, Aman appears, and Aman be like, hey, I just wanted to give you some space, and that's it, is the story. I mean, there is no plot twist, there is no, I mean, until the end of the book I am thinking there will be some plot. I'm like constantly thinking, now I'll get a plot twist, now I'll now, and at some context there's Aman's ex context and stuff. I was thinking there will be something there. I mean, there's nothing. If you're reading this book for any plot, I mean, please be disappointed. You will, please don't go for this book, because I was, till the end of the book I was just searching for a plot and I could not find it. Okay, okay, then that's it, is all about this book. I really, really love Prajakta Kholi. I mean, I love her content, but I think this book could have been just 5 or 6 videos of her. I mean, that. But I don't think this is a great book to read. If you ask me how much would I rate, I would rate 1 out of 5. That is my rating, and I really wish she would write better books going forward. I really wish her good luck. And would I suggest this to someone? I mean, no, absolutely no. I would not suggest this book, because at the end of the book, I was like, what happened? Was there something? I could not even think about it. I just finished this book because I had to make this video. And other bit is, I mean, there are few teenagers and early 20 people who have liked this book, but I feel if, for myself also, if even I had to suggest it to myself in my teens, would I do that? No, I would not have read this book. I mean, even in my teens, I would not have loved this book. So basically, only thing that is there is that her parents just gets I mean, the parents will be really happy in front of her, and one day they have some issues and they part ways, and she never asks them why did they part ways. By the time she realizes she has to ask them why and what happened, they both will pass away. I mean, that is one small trauma that doesn't make her believe things can be good. That's okay, but I don't think there was that juiciness while I read this book. I feel, and from Prajakta, because she reads a lot of romantic books, I'd expected a lot more, and I'd expected a lot of desiness also. I feel this is like a Western book put with some Mumbai Car Masala. I mean, there's no drama also. This like go ahead. It's I don't know how to express it. This was an extremely very disappointing read for me. Okay, thank you, my dear imperfect souls, for listening to my rant, and thank you for following my journey at I don't know.